So, hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Folge 3 des The Life and Suffering of the Brante Let's Plays oder Let's Reads. Eher Let's Plays. Und wir sind jetzt 5 Jahre alt. Timothy Brante 2 Perception, 5 Determination und minus 10 Willpower. Da kommen wir dann auch noch schon bei Destiny. Also wir haben jetzt The Fencing Lesson. Das haben wir erfolgreich geschafft, dass mögliche größere Events so stattfinden können. Beyond, also wir können noch quasi unseren ersten Tod und Wiedergeburt miterleben in jungen Alter. Kurz das Mikrofon umstellen, also physisch. Dann ein Epiphany, das ist schon von immer Perception größer gleich 4. Bin mir nicht sicher, ich glaube, das war jetzt anstelle von der Fencing Lesson gekommen. Dann haben wir noch ein Nobleman's Sacrament. Dazu brauchen wir Willpower größer gleich 0. And you challenge the Sacred Order and attempt to seize a noble lord. Also das sind noch Möglichkeiten, was kommen. Also eher nur mit das. Und natürlich, der Würfel ist da entscheidend. Also wenn es zufälligerweise kommt, dann kommt es. Wenn es nicht kommt, dann kommt es halt nicht. Das ist halt ein mögliches Leben des Timothy Brante. So, Family, wir sind aktuell in Disagreements. Wir haben moderaten Wealth, also moderaten Reichtum und beschädigte Ehre. Also ja, wir sind da und wir fahren fort. The fencing lesson. Event has happened. You dare to study fencing like your father, even though you have no right to it by birth. Man muss ja nicht übertreiben, jetzt immer überhaupt nicht. Dieses ganze Geburtsding und so ein Blödsinn. So, toy soldiers. You wake up to father's touch on your shoulder. He's finally back home after a long trip. Timothy, today is your special day. The day when you begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district. Stefan wants to come with you too, but father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your elder brother is hurt to hear this, but stays quiet. Stefan, gonna pick me. An open carriages takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy city streets, a pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called Anitsote, that you already know. It's one of the largest cities in the entire empire. This is a big shadow on the street. There's a big shadow in the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all above the city. My son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our God's own disciples? It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why. The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to a city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You have never seen so many at once before. Have you chosen your present yet? Father asks. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Empire's greatest warriors of all time. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They were the ones who aided the Emperor's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval. Ja, kleine Propagandadoktrin. Wer kennt es nicht, ne? Very well. War isn't your lot for now, but maybe these toy soldiers will teach you the thing like a general. We will lead them into battle and study military strategy. Go ahead, take your present. Having said this, father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious, delirious with excitement. But there is a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He's about to take your warriors for himself. He elbows you aside and reaches you for the box. Anger overcomes you and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. Zack, kurz einmal. Ja, wie hat mein Geschichtslehrer gesagt, es kommen die Momente im Leben, wo man mal die Ellbogen ausfahren muss. Die Ellbogen werden ausgefahren in dieser Situation beim Timothy. The rich boy screams so loudly, everybody in the shop hears it. He hit me. Gott, schon wieder. Schon wieder wie damals beim Stefan. A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. Then you feel your own father's hand on your shoulders. What happened? You press against father, your mind more at ease now, he will protect you. Yes, you shove the boy to the floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns you around to face him when he hears the words. Is it true, Timothy? Did you strike the son of a nobleman? Deny your guilt or tell him the truth. Okay, 1, 2, 3, deny your guilt. 4, 5, 6, tell him the truth. Also entweder you quietly say that it was an accident, or you tell father that you paid the impudent boy in kind. Es ist eine 2. Witzigerweise haben wir jetzt auch die Willpower. Dann für das nächste Event. Deny your guilt. You quietly say that it was an accident. Toy soldiers. You hide behind father and deny all wrongdoing. Ähnlich genau darum ist wie beim Stefan. Wir haben das the boy was too clumsy. Now the two fathers come face to face. Your father is calm while the enraged nobleman pelts him with insults and reaches for his sword again and again. Also, kurz dabei was. Uiuiui. The insults do not stop. In the end, the nobleman challenges father to a duel. What? Über Spielzeugsoldaten, das muss man nur kurz mal gesagt haben. There is only one way to protect the family honor. Father grudgingly accepts the challenge. They bring him home much later with a fresh wound in his side and another one on his shoulder. You spend the entire day by his bedside, doing whatever he says, overcome with a mixture of shame, guilt and gratitude. Even though father rarely shows it, he would readily risk everything for his family. Also wir haben ja eigentlich haben wir ein bisschen gelungen, muss man ganz ehrlich so behaupten. Also, wir haben geelbowt. Also der Ellbogen war im Brustkorb vom anderen Kollegen drin, das ist aber immer so ein Fakt. When father's wound healed, he brings you the belated present. A little box full of soldiers, the holy order made of tin. You line the warriors up in battle formation, only one thought on your mind, your family is always by your side. A little Fast and Furious vibes, family. Fortfahren. 1124. Summer, the family dinner. Today father ordered the dinner table to be brought out into the yard. For the first time in a month, he's home outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stefan, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden, and now a dinner under the open sky. Also wie ein Traum. Your entire family gathers together, with father at the head of the table smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Nathan climbs up on his knees and recites a young rhyme in a funny sing-song voice. Stefan mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with father to show his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother shows her sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile in his mustache. Ja, wurscht. When your turn comes, You recite all the ranks in the legion, from common soldier to high commander. Stefan listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk tonight. It feels good, yet so important. All of you are finally together, sitting at the same table. No fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. Then a servant approaches father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in the dim light. Each line gradually washes the smile off father's face until only a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at father with an unspoken question in her hands. Gregor Brante is coming back to Anizote. He is the head of the family, my father. Großvater kommt. Your grandfather Gregor Brante returned to the family home from the capital. Fortfahren. The intrusion. Ever since the news of grandfather's impending arrival, there has not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she will be flogged if she isn't ever seen hiding in the attic. They make Stefan stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. Then one day, grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father and mother, Stefan, Gloria, you, and Nathan. The entire Brante family stands on the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriages arrive, and out steps a tall, gaunt old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. And rightfully so, das kurz einmal anzumerken. Good health to you, father. Children, greet your grandfather as you have been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I'm the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. Ach Gott. Ehrlich, also, das ist genauso wieder so ein, ja. I live honorably by my lot. Your marriage to the low-born wretch cut us from ever becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather's eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. I have been away far too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy, all thanks to your coming of a wife. I warned you, did I not? And yet you did as you saw fit. And the children, what do they know of tradition or honor? They are being raised in a virtuous family, father. And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing, now that I'm here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stefan with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servant to prepare Stefan for the journey. Stefan freezes in a place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are a tight line, white with contempt. The house is examined, room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at a crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to your room is next. What is this, Robert? 10 soldiers in your younger son's room? He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming of battle. Grandfather seizes a box containing the 10 warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from the first day of your studies. It means so much to you. But what if he's right? What if you need to prove your right to command the toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into the roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in the flames. Also, entweder können wir die 10 Warriors retten, wir können in Tränen ausbrechen, oder wir können Großvater schlagen. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Es ist eine 4. Burst into tears. Ja, es ist wie es ist. Auf einmal scheiße es ja auch nicht. Auf einmal kriegt er Angst. Meine Herren, you start crying overwhelmed me by the horrible sight. You watch your beloved present, the token of father's love and care, burn before your very eyes. The tin melts, the unpleasant smell of burning paint fills the air. For a moment you cannot breathe, and you see no reason to maintain your composure. The tears start flowing, burning your cheeks and staining your shirt. You hide your face in your hands, and then you hear grandfather's voice dripping with disdain. So the boy's a weakling, just like his mother. Er hat Distaste gegenüber uns, Distaste. Fortfahren. Willpower ist -5. The master of the house, Fall, 1124. Soon grandfather leaves. Your elder brother Stefan goes with him. From that day on, father's hired teachers tend to you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, counting, and the way of life in the blessed Archnean Empire. You often distract yourself from their instruction by playing with your younger brother Nathan. Your home grows quiet without your elder brother, too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stefan. Grandfather has sent him to a boarding school for nobles, and he is now studying hard in preparation for his service as a nobleman. The rules here are way too strict. You can't even sneeze without the teacher's permission. But I've been studying with my peers. We are learning how to live as nobles in a noble society. We're also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part. With Stefan now at the boarding school, grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your home. The only good thing is that he often has urgent business in Eterna, the capital of the empire, and has to travel there. One day you ask mother where he lived before. In Eternity, she says, but now his place is here. Each time grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. Your home is now always busy with repairs. The servants are redecorating grandfather's chambers, including his library and sitting room. Sometimes father tries to gently talk him out of this. Why subject the house to constant reconstruction? Grandfather's answer is always the same. This home is mine, and I will live here as befits a man of nobility. Fortfahren. An illustrious guest. Some days grandfather stays home, and on those days you try your best to stay out of his sight. But there is no way you can avoid family breakfast. The food is there, but you cannot bring yourself to eat it. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She has been crying all night again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table where nobody used to sit before. Robert, it is high time your youngest sons underwent the sacraments. Sir Brante, please, let them live free of the Lord for a while longer. They are but... Shut your mouth! Robert, that wife of yours is impertinent enough to interrupt me. If this ever happens again, she will be eating her gruel with the servants in the kitchen where she belongs. It is time you consider a real marriage, Robert, one to a woman of a proper station. Gloria drops her fork. Grandfather shoots her a scathing look. A tear rolls down mother's cheeks. Father does not look away from the plate, his hands clenched into fists. Baroness Elodar is one such a woman. She's a comely widow in a fine match. She's suing for her inheritance right now and could use proper support and a husband. You can't keep your lowborn Lydia around if you like. Servant, mistress, I don't care. I will not do that, father. I am the head of this family, and the family's standing took a severe blow after you married the commoner. It is unthinkable. How could you give up the memory of the beautiful Amalia Elborne for this lowly woman and that bastard child of hers? But now you have a chance to set things right. Don't disappoint me. Father nods curtly, trying not to look in mother's direction. Meine Herren, Vater, I wish to see Stefan. Also man muss jetzt einmal sagen, unsere Mutter ist unsere Mutter, keine Frage, aber sie hat uns, ein gutes Verhältnis zu ihr haben wir nicht, aber zu unserem Großvater auch nicht. Das heißt, irgendwie sind da eher fast, mehr oder weniger fast neutral die ganzen Beziehungen. Also, uns sind ja beide wurscht, aber kein gutes Verhältnis zu beiden eigentlich. Also jetzt habe ich wieder wir gesagt, in der letzten Folge habe ich gesagt, ich sage es eher, aber es ist jetzt wahrscheinlich wieder wir. If I find your contact in the Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She's coming for a visit tomorrow. Be prepared. Grandfather wipes his mouth with his napkin, throws it onto his plate and leaves. Mother's lips move silently. Nobody says a word. Then father stands up and orders you and the other children back to your rooms. He needs to speak to mother in private. Father comes to your room before bedtime. He sits on the edge of your bed and adjusts the grease on the woolen blanket. He distanced himself from you after Stefan's departure, so you are not used to such attention from him. In the candlelight you see his face in the dark. There is a sour expression on it. My son, Baroness Emma Elodar will be visiting us tomorrow. Please be polite. Treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want this dinner to be as immaculate as possible. Don't let me down. On the next day, mother starts dressing you and Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all over her eyes. She has been crying and for a long time. It hurts just to look at her. Nathan starts whining quietly. God, Nathan. Nathan! Bisschen mehr Männlichkeit. Bitte. Du bist jetzt sicher schon 3 oder so. You and Nathan are dressed in new doublets. Your tousled hair brushed into shape. Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears wearing his best suit. Mother is in humble brown dress, looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically content look about him. You hear the sound of wheels and hoofs against the cobbles in the yard. Then a pair of dainty heels come clacking. The antechamber is completely quiet and still. Fearing grandfather's observant eye, the door opens. You see your guest, a beautiful dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant deep blue. Father takes the hand of Lady Elodar and kisses it, showering her in compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one even bothers to introduce mother. Baroness, allow me to introduce you Robert's sons, Timothy and Nathan Brante. Frankly, it's his eldest Stefan who currently deserves the most attention, but currently he is studying in Eterna with other young noblemen like himself. It is my hope that his younger sons will also make me proud one day. Grandfather's eyes you with a probing look. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her here next to your mother, your father's rightful wife? Greet the Baroness politely, walk away with mother. Schade, wir haben beide Möglichkeiten nicht. Willpower and demand that mother be introduced. Gut, also 1, 2, 3, greet the Baroness politely. 4, 5, 6, walk away with mother. Das ist eine 3. Greet the Baroness politely. You approach Baroness Elodar and kiss her hand, following father's example. You follow father's example and kiss the Baroness' fingers gently. Her laughter fills the antechamber. Ringing the chimes, you gallantly offer to lead her to the sitting room. Lady Elodar graciously agrees. Behind your back, you can hear Mother sobbing. Na wie gesagt, also sie hat uns da was ausgepasst, das haben wir nicht vergessen. Das haben wir nicht vergessen. Natürlich, wenn wir es jetzt nicht niederbrechen sehen oder sowas, aber man muss ja manchmal für die Familie ein bisschen anpassen, ja. Grandfather and Baroness Elodar engage in small talk over dinner. She tells him of the woes of litigation over her late husband's inheritance, and he advises her like the judge he is. Father is mostly silent, only getting in a word or two. You do your absolute best to behave yourself. After the decorous farewells to Lady Elodar, Father quietly thanks you for your model behavior. The morning after he leaves for Eterna with grandfather to visit Stefan. Mother spends almost an entire day in her bedroom. You cannot bring yourself to speak to her. Ui. God. Yeah, good. Father returns from the capital in a quiet rage. You overhear your parents talking. Apparently, grandfather has already poisoned Stefan's mind against him, and he greeted father with cold hostility. The name of the Baroness Elodar is never mentioned in the house again. Für nix. Also, ja, +3. Große Sympathie bei Robert. Ja, Gregor wird besser. Continue. Disagreement, aber dafür die Reputation hoch. Das ist schon mal was. Das Jahr 1125. The Kaleidoscope. Father now checks in your studies often and nitpicks you for sitting or eating or speaking in an incorrect fashion. Once he becomes so annoyed, he says that he wishes Stefan had been the one to stay home instead of you. Hallo? Was ist denn das schon wieder für ein Witz? Da macht man alles, dies und das und jenes und dann regt er sich das so auf. Fast schon frech. So frech, dass jetzt kurz mal ein Wasser eingeschenkt wird. Once he becomes so annoyed, he says that he wishes Stefan... Okay, das habe ich schon vorgelesen. Ich verliere den Überblick. Na gut, das ist aber schon gute 3:17 Uhr bei der Aufnahme, also das ist okay. You never expected to hear those words from your father of all people. Erfrischend. Noch so eine Enttäuschung des Vaters. Robert, doch nicht Robert. Dem habe ich am +3 Sympathie. Wie schaut es uns aus? +1, 0, -1, +1. Logischerweise 0. True Death. After giving birth to Stefan, never to be reborn. Ja, das muss hart sein für Stefan, dass er schuld ist, dass seine Mama gestorben ist, nicht? Ja, wir sind schon 7 Jahre alt. Lowborn growing up. Also wir sind jetzt anscheinend dem Beyond und der Epiphany, den sind wir aus dem Weg gegangen. Also, gewollt, ungewollt. Weiter geht's. Grandfather's trip to the capital took longer than expected. It feels lighter around the house without his presence. You allow yourself a little change of scenery. Instead of your room, you now busy yourself with reading and calculations in the sitting room across from the open door to the yard. Gloria has joined you today. She has already helped you progress through several complex komplizierten Passagen im Buch. Right now she seems preoccupied with a strange tube. Aren't you hurt by the way grandfather treats you, you ask? Gloria just shrugs. Grandfather always says they should get rid of me. I'm used to it now. He hurts you a lot worse because you're closer to him. I just have to stay out of his way. That's it. She shows you the strange tube she has been holding all day. Look, it's a kaleidoscope. I got it as a gift. Want to see inside? Excited by the idea, you close the book and peer into the tiny hole on one end of the tube. Your eye sees a multitude of intricate patterns. Each turn of the tube reveals a new web of interwoven colors that mesmerize you. The kaleidoscope turns the fire burning in the fireplace into a cavalry made of flames. You are riding at the front of the fiery horsemen, ready to face the enemy. Grandfather's face emerges from the intersecting lines, and you swing the kaleidoscope like a sword, cutting it in half. Now you look at the blue sky through the window. The patterns are unending, secretive, and calm and peaceful. Just like father smiled before grandfather's invasion. The deep blue gives way to a scattering of gold, radiating gentle warmth like mother's arms. This fleeting beauty too soon gives way to a hypnotic new pattern. Again and again, you see your family in those interconnecting figures as they come together and break apart. And in the middle of this golden glow, you see Gloria's green eyes gazing at you observantly. Your sister left you long ago, the books are abandoned, and time slips away unchecked. But you are still busy peering into the kaleidoscope. Order emerges from the chaos before your eyes again and again, but you cannot preserve it, no matter how you try. You are... Så, da må du endnu en einzige Option. Okay. You are caught in an inner conflict. There is so much that can be done with this kaleidoscope. Should you take it apart? Or ask Gloria how it works? Or keep enjoying the patterns it shows you? But you still have lessons to do today. Also, das können wir nicht machen wegen der Willpower. Genauso das. Also, keep looking through the kaleidoscope. You keep playing with the kaleidoscope as visions of warriors bathed in glory reveal themselves before you. You continue peering into the ever-changing pattern the kaleidoscope offers you. They become truly interesting when you point it at the shining pillar gleaming in the sky. In your mind's eye, one battle follows another, filling your ears with clanging steel and the neighing of horses. You are leading the Imperial Army now. Everybody's so proud of you. Grandfather says you are better than Stefan, and father's stern voice cut through your daydream short. You lost all track of time. It's evening now. How did you get your hands on this toy, Timothy? Why aren't you studying? Give it to me. You will have double lessons. You will have double the lessons tomorrow, meine Herren. No, you will have doubles the lessons tomorrow. Ja. Und ich würde sagen, in Anbetracht der Zeit, wir sind bei rund Minute 33, können wir kurz ein Resümee ziehen, was dieser Folge passiert ist. Großvater kam zurück. Wir haben eine Adelige umsonst auf ihre Finger geküsst. Die Familie driftet ein bisschen auseinander. Das kann man auch da nachvollziehen. Wir sind schon bei 5. Bald sind wir bei Quarrel and Feuds. Und bei der Personality 2 bei Perception, 5 bei Determination. Insgesamt dann jetzt bei wo ist es? Plus 10, also sind wir dann bei 5 Willpower. Also ja, da werden wir noch auf Continue drücken, bevor es dann, ganz ehrlich, wir lassen es doch. Also, wieder mal sehr herzlichen Dank, dass ihr auch bei der Folge 3 von The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante dabei wart. Beim Let's Read. Oder Let's Play. Schauen wir noch. Dementsprechend vielen, vielen Dank. Man hört und sieht sich hoffentlich auch in der nächsten Folge, die dann, also das sollte jetzt an einem Moment, das sollte rauskommen an einem Montag, Mittwoch, an einem Freitag, sorry. Dementsprechend an einem am Sonntag. Dann Folge 4, wir sind immer noch bei Chapter 1, das muss jetzt kurz erwähnt sein. Dementsprechend vielen Dank, man hört und sieht sich. Ciao, ciao.